Hey, good morning everybody. Sorry about the long setup time. We had a few things that we had to deal with. This is Devil May Cry. This is new game Devil May Cry. This is a pain in the backside setup, so I apologize. We are going to jump right into the game in a second. Ginny is on donation reading. If you want to join us for co-commentary, by the way, Ginny, at any point, feel free to.
I'll try.
God damn, my head
Nice.
fell off.
I'm just going to change a few of my controls real quick. I'm going to change gun to left bumper. I'm going to change this on used spoilers. It breaks our breaker arm. And I'm going to, for your sake, put subtitles on. And I'm just going to lower a few things real quick because this game is a little weird when it comes to load times. So I'm just going to put a few things down to medium or anything like that.
Not even playing on max settings. What is this?
Long story short, the game is jank.
Yeah, trust me, this, yeah. So
Alright.
let's just get going because we're very late in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey!
So this is DMC5. I think we waited, what, 10, 12 years since DMC4 for this?
Something like that.
It's been a minute.
Everything in between doesn't exist.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we had a mobile game at one point as well, which,
Did
yeah.
what?
Yeah, there was a Devil May Cry mobile game. Nobody talks about it for good reason.
Yeah, same with the other one.
Yeah.
But
The
we
one that
basically...
doesn't exist.
Yep. We start here with Nero. You'll probably notice that he doesn't have a right arm.
Right hand.
That's going to be annoying for this mission, but it's not too long. Essentially, you saw me doing air taunts because air taunts are actually faster at the start here. That's a red orb, that's our currency. That's going to be very important for the skills we get during the run.
It's like me when I wake up in the morning in that case.
Are you gonna? You're a red orb as well in the morning.
I can be, man. It just depends on how you catch me.
So you can see me doing air taunts. I can build my Exceed off of that. Currently only have Exceed 1. We'll be getting Exceed 2 and 3 later in the run. Shout outs to some members of the DMC5 community who earlier today routed out Exceed 3. I'm not taking that route because I don't know it. I love you all, but no. We're just going to go with strats that I know. So basically we're just going through the level. We're about to get a green orb, which, hey, surprise, that heals. And then we're going to go to the boss of this level, which is a guy called Urizen, who is a big giant demon who sits on a throne. You'll learn more about him in a bit. For this bit here, I'm going to try and air taunt over the edge so that when the cutscene loads in, we land on the ground. Perfect.
Nice.
And then for this first boss here, we're going to intentionally go to the back of the arena so that he brings out a certain attack pattern. That is the quickest way to win this fight. You can win this fight. It's kind of a little bit of an Easter egg. But we want to intentionally lose this fight, so we're going to get up.
Basically, when you first play this, it's kind of scripted that you lose here.
You'll be seeing us lose to Urizen a lot.
Yes.
Please hit me. Yes, okay, that's good, because now we'll get a fireball, and then that will kill us and take us to the next level.
Urizen has this thing called plot armor at this point, if you're bad at the game.
Yup.
It's like a story trigger in general, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plot armor.
Too bad
Pretty much.
they overused it in this game heavily.
Yep. We're basically supposed to lose to show that Urizen is this almighty demon who's taking over, like, the actual world itself. How many orbs we got? Okay, that's not too bad. So, here's where things are super important. Mission 1, I need to do no damage. If I don't do it no damage, I'm in trouble.
No pressure.
So, no, none at all, especially not in the marathon setting. For the most part, we're not going to get hit until we get to the boss. I'm going to take the boss hyper slow. Just to make sure that I get those orbs. Because in practice, I was down orbs, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, to explain, pretty much every single skill and health bar and whatnot you can get in this game is paid by red orbs.
Yep.
So not having them is a problem.
I'm going to have to pick up something a bit later to make up for that. Any of these hit us, we'll lose our no damage. So the reason why I'm no damaging is because at the end of every level, you'll get bonus multipliers for... I did not jump, amazing. For not taking any damage, using no continues, not dying, etc. So we have to be careful. One on the right, one on the left, and then one on the right. Because that one can't. They can all hit you.
That totally doesn't look menacing at all.
Nope.
What a lovely houseplant.
What a lovely houseplant.
They clip
So-
off roots.
We're going to hit it 3 times. I'm going to wait for the attack, dodge, and then do a 3. Hit it. I am in trouble.
Now what you can see Froob doing here is a new mechanic to DMC5, which is the Overture, or the Devil Breakers. Basically, because as you saw in the prologue, Nero lost his arm, the new character introduced to this can make new arms for him, essentially. And as you go on, you unlock more and more. There are some DLC ones, like you get a pasta
It's the best
maker
target.
thing. I don't know what they call it. It's called Pasta Breaker, I think.
I get no star points for that. That's
Like pasta,
Suspect.
pasta?
okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Pasta
Okay,
breaker.
that's fine.
It's a fork.
Yeah.
Cosmic, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry about that. That was really bad. Basically, I forgot to charge my gun, which... So Overture explodes, we're figuring out in different ways depending on the way that it's done. Whether you let it, like, run out, I think is, like, less damage. If you hit it with a full charged gun attack, then it does, like, way more damage. That's Nico. She makes our arms. We're going to grab speed, because speed makes us go faster.
Gotta go fast.
Yep. We're going to grab streak.
Makes you
Gonna
go
grab
faster.
Split. Kind of does, actually. We're going to grab the most important move, which is roulette spin. You'll be seeing us use this
Makes you go
a
higher.
lot. Oh, yes. I'm going to grab Breaker Plus. This is why we wanted to no damage mission 1, is so that we can get this, which is just going to make everything go a lot faster. We have a spare Gabera, so we're going to grab this right now, and I'm going to use it in mission 1. This is going to clear the first wave just a little bit faster. I'm going to grab, for marathon safety, and after what happened in practice, I'm going to grab extra orbs, because I am terrified.
Nah, you're gonna be fine.
It's a scary game, man.
If I can somehow do this mission, no damage, then I will be fine for the rest of the run. But it's not something that's required for me in the orb route that I take. So I'm just going to build up Exceed while I do this. I have to hold on to the gun, so I'm kind of like clawing the controller until a cutscene. Then I can let go and it's charged up or stacked up. So basically every Devil Breaker has two functions. It has a normal one or a charged one like this. This is Gerber's. So Gerber is when you let it go in midair, it shoots out a load of lasers. If you're on the ground, it does a big laser. We don't really want to see that. So we're now just going to do a whole load of reset spins. You can see the momentum starts to drag you down a little bit once you've like been in the air for like a combo. I saw that cheeky hit you tried to do there.
Do style points actually matter in this run?
A little bit, yes. It's for the amount of balls we get at the
Higher
end
the
of the mission.
style points, the more orbs you get.
Yep.
Especially at the end of the mission, because you'll always get a bonus for that and damage and time.
Massive shout outs to Moji, by the way, for joining us last minute. Hope you're doing well tonight.
No, I'm doing good. Just happy to be here.
He's totally not half asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for joining us last minute as well, by the way.
Hey, I only joined for a bit of fun.
Aye. So these enemies, I've forgotten their names, but they're a little stronger. I'm just going to wait and then do a down attack.
They're
just
also
to
a
kill
bit annoying because they do have iframes when they rev up an attack, so you cannot grab them, and their animation is weirdly long.
I like to call them the things from Devil May Cry 3, because that's basically what they are.
They are, yeah.
So you're seeing that with every attack, I should be building up my Exceed with each of my hits. I'm sometimes bad at that, and especially with marathon moves. So you have to forgive me for missed Exceeds. But also, as you can see, I'm actually like using my air taunt to build up Exceeds. We're going to ignore this Overture. For now, we're going to be grabbing certain breakers in here. First of all, we have like our first tiny bit of speed tech, and it's a little bizarre how this works. I'm not quite sure how. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. We're going to go to the left of this. This is a hatchling. If you go to the left, you can skip the dialogue for some reason and save like 5 to 10 seconds. It's bizarre, but there we go.
Nasty little
Easy
creature,
time
that.
save.
And then use to open the door. We're going to do a bit of running around, grabbing some breakers. So Ginny, if you've got any messages, now would be a good time to read them.
That I do. I got $5 from Soupy saying, Froob, I really enjoy your Yakuza run. I'm a new fan of yours. Thanks for showing up DMC5 and thank you ESA for all that you do. And we got $5 from Crazy Price saying, hey Froob, you had an amazing run yesterday and this run should be just as good. All the best. And we got a special $50 donation from Dick Cosmic.
Hey, Cosmic!
Froob, it's been a pleasure routing DMC5 with you. Good luck and much love, friend. The Holy Water Heroes are rooting for you all the way to, yeah, that word.
Yeah.
Also, don't worry about EX3.
Yes. Thank you, Cosmic. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you didn't see, yesterday on Stream 2, we did a very special $20% for Yakuza Kiwami 2. It was one of the most amazing things I have ever been a part of.
But you
Yeah.
regret it at the same time because it took so much life out of you.
I am exhausted right now. Not because of the time, but because like I put my everything into that. So I'm very worried about this run. So again, with the Gerberer, we're just going to clear this first wave. But yeah, Cosmic has been like one of my main driving forces for this. We've basically been pushing each other for a while, I was gonna say, like, we got we had a little bit of controversy with the boards because load times are on PC absolutely awful for this run. So we had to get a load time remover just to make things fair, because like it just wasn't fair, unfortunately. But we got that set up, and I need to get that set up for myself because I haven't been able to do any proper runs since, because for some reason I can't get it working.
You're not gonna grab the extra orbs?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab them elsewhere. I have some idea.
All right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I did. I promise I have a plan. Somewhat.
I believe.
That somebody does because I don't at the minute. So we gotta.
You got this, man.
Yep, we got a quick little fight skip here. We're gonna taunt, use Jabera's function to push us over, and that's it. We just skipped a big fight down there. That's like
Simple
30
as
seconds.
that.
Yep.
That fight is also very annoying because the enemies down there can enrage, and then you can't really damage them.
They get super armor and they just become hella annoying.
Yep.
Yes.
You'll see them soon. I think they're called butchers. They have like 2 blades. So this is our first main boss. We don't consider the Clifford Roots to be a boss. This is Goliath. He's going to stun us real quick at the start. I'm just going to get a bit close to him.
Everyone will recognize this big guy from all of the teaser trailers from when the game was about to be released and whatnot, with all the big fancy, super cool things that they done, like smashing them into a building and whatnot and all of that. But he's quite annoying.
Other people will recognize this boss from DMC3 because he has the same moveset as Beowulf.
This is going well, by the way. Already got hit, and I'm missing everything.
Ah, you got this.
And I broke my Gerber. I need to do way more damage at this point.
I always like the bosses in Devil May Cry.
Good.
Ooh, that damage.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to use the Gerber. I really want to use the other one. I'm going to be very low on damage here. So I'm going to have to make sure I hit him a lot. Okay, I got to leave before he sucks me in. That's basically like a giant fire tornado. If he sucks me into that, I'm going to get shot out and like I'm going to take a load of damage. There is an overture out here that we're going to use. Oh, this is one of the worst fights I've had on this in a while. That actually hit me. My timing on my jumps is like way off right now. Yeah, so I come in.
It should be good.
We can just finish him in split style.
Nice!
Let's just say that
Easy
was intentional,
finish.
shall we?
Definitely intentional.
All in all, you done that boss quicker than I did in casual play for it.
That's an annoying boss at first. I'm actually annoyed at how that went, but it's fine. So I didn't get my no damage, which I'd have appreciated because then I would be able to get double jump here. I've done this so many times that I'm used to this about double jump, so it's not the end of the world. I will now be getting double jump in mission 6. Now, we do have a bit of speed tech in this mission, which is super cool and also super finicky, so I'm really hoping it goes well. Because this will save us like 9 to 10 minutes. Because I don't have enough orbs to get double jump, instead we'll just carry on as per usual. We got a whole new set of Devil Breakers from Nico. We're going to buy 2 punchlines to make us have 3. I'm going to go into my equipment and we're going to equip those 3 punchlines, and then we're going to put the overture that we grabbed at the end of the fight onto the end of our Devil Breakers. This is going to be for the out of bounds trick they're about to do, and also the boss, which, I hate that boss. I hate a lot of the bosses in this, actually.
I mean,
Understandable still.
yes.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, what our new Devil Breaker does is kind of cool. We can ride it as a rocket, which makes it a lot faster.
And you'll be seeing us do that in this mission. Bats. Bats are annoying.
Pyrobats are the worst. I had a lot of enemies in this game. I think I had pretty much every single enemy in this game.
Ooh, you. And you're out of the range of my... Oh, no. I'd like to no damage this if possible, but it's not, again, necessary. So you do have a range on your grapple, so you do have to be a little wary of that.
Although later on there is a Devil Breaker that extends that range ever so slightly, I believe.
Yes, we don't use it in the run. I'm going to start over here with this guy. Where is the bat? Hello. There was supposed to be a bat. Yeah, that bat. So it's a little worse because, again, we don't have double jump. I'm surprised I missed. I must have been like a fraction off. So again, that momentum, because we don't have double jump, is causing us to go backwards. Every projectile as well, I should mention, because this is kind of important, can be reflected back if you hit it at the right time. So sometimes you'll see, like, if a bat shoots at me, I will actually reflect the attack back. So the big out of bounds is coming next. I'm going to build up my Exceed before we get there. I really hope I get this early. So I'm going to use Exceed for this, because I find it a little easier to Exceed. We want to go to this edge here, and we want to... Oh, that was close. We want to... Oh, come on. It's like right there. Oh, wrong side. This is what I was worried about. Really?
Right on the edge.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Froob
This has to go through.
Yeah, he needs to get this because it skips like a good portion of the entire level.
Yep. Just set up a little better.
Also, did you know you cannot spell Froob without out of bounds?
Shoutouts to Yakuza.
Yes!
Hey!
There we go.
That's the thing I was most worried about in this run. I'm not happy, but I'll take it. So now we're not fully done yet, and we do have a few hard locks and soft locks that I ran into that we have to be careful of. So we're gonna ride our arm out of bounds. We don't want to hit that vine there, because if we do, that will hard lock the game. We'll have to do it all over again. So now we're just going to keep going out of bounds. The way you're supposed to go, if you know this game, you're supposed to go in that tunnel there. What we're going to do is going to bypass that. And then we're also going to bypass the level. So you're going to see some funky stuff here. Everything is like kind of loaded in and not. The camera's going to go a bit weird. There's a stock image that you'll see real quick on the right. I think that is some place in England. So shout outs to this stock image. We're going to ride. We want to do this first time because there's going to be a fight that spawns on the right. You'll be able to hear it. So we jump here so we can refresh. Okay. Go up there so I get a little bit of height. And then this wall in front of us we're going to jump at.
Roots have to be coming from somewhere.
Perfect. Now we're going to
Beautiful.
grapple and we're back in bounds. That has literally saved like 7 to 9 minutes. That's the thing I was worried about, so getting past that is great. There's one that takes you straight to the boss room, but it's only doable in New Game Plus, I believe, and it was ultra finicky, but I believe Tech and Kaio found a way to do it. All right, come on. Come on. Always don't do the nasty attack.
Yeah, so these enemies are kind of fun because you can just counter hit them and then one-shot them. If you don't do that, they're really painful to deal with.
Yep.
Because their scissors block
Everything.
pretty much, yeah, everything.
So I keep forgetting the names of the attacks. I did a forward charge there so that when the boss blew open the windows there, it didn't actually stagger me. And now we're going to get to said boss. The punchlines are also for the boss. We had a cycle a while back where we could keep the boss on the ground. I've not been able to hit that cycle for months, which is worrying. I'm just going to, give it a second. Do a combo. And hopefully hit it. Should have seen that coming. I'll grab the overture that's over here. Actually, I'll hold for a second. So the unfortunate thing is it's now getting away. So we're going to lose a bit of time. So shoot out these little, like, things that shoot. Oh, good. No, there goes the no damage. So...
Yeah, like, I think the casual strat is to shoot the things and just grapple onto them and knock
they're
her down.
going to now charge at me with this attack.
Kinda
I
like
shouldn't be charging this. Good.
The idea with this boss was basically like the Devil May Cry
There we
4 final
go.
boss, when you had to shoot the little things that he spawned and get close and then smack them a whole bunch.
Yep.
But
So- Yeah, go on, sorry.
instead of this one becoming vulnerable after a few hits, it kind of just squirms around you and runs away, which is really annoying.
Cool. Yeah, that's the way it went. The second half of that fight was way better than the first half. That's how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to basically use punchline to knock it to the ground and keep it to the ground. I don't like that ult count. I really don't. We should be fine. How much have we got?
Enough to get double jump.
Yep. So, Devil May Cry 5 actually has 3 playable characters, and you're about to meet the second, and this character is highly divisive.
Ooh, I've seen a lot of memes about this character.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
So,
like this character.
this is V. He's called V for a reason. You've
That
probably
you'll see
guessed
later.
why.
Yeah.
He likes that book.
Yes, he does. So we're going to buy 3 purple orbs here to increase his and every other character's Devil Trigger. V's the first character you can use Devil Trigger with. With V, he controls 3 familiars. He has Griffin, which is a bird. He has Shadow, which is that cougar you can see there. And then he has Nightmare, which is this giant, like, Devil Trigger.
He's a mass.
Yes, he's a massive Goliath. We'll be using Nightmare less because what we can do is we can use our Devil Trigger to be able to make Shadow and Griffin stronger. So you can see that I'm just basically pulling them out. With our familiars, they can't finish enemies. Only we can. So you'll see me as well, like, launch enemies into the air because, as you can see here, slower finishing animations.
And that's the one really bad thing about V that probably everybody hates, is the fact that you have these awesome familiars with cool combos and whatnot, but only you can finish them off by stabbing them with your cane, and that just takes up time.
Yes, one of the nice things about that is that V's cane, when you finish people, can teleport. So if you can get the right timing, which I messed up the timing completely there, I'll get it at some point, then you will see, like, us just basically zip to enemies. Also, you see on the left, it says starring FroobMcGuffin. So basically, in this game, there's like fake... I got it there, so you saw it there. That was super fast. Basically, in this game, there's like fake co-op where, like, you can, if you're online, you can meet people... basically who you've seen before. It's not anything like that is substantial unless you're doing certain stuff. That is Nightmare. We're gonna run past. When you see V's hair is white like this, his Devil Trigger is out. That's when Nightmare's out. I actually want to cancel this as early as possible. There's a bit of a delay on it. There we go. This is V's battle track. This is one of the only times you'll hear it. Actually, you hear it a lot. Actually, I lied. It's good. I like it.
I prefer it over, you know, Dante's.
Yes. Yeah,
like everyone does.
Yeah, I made a bit of a mistake. I could have had a donation incentive to change like some of the battle music, but I only realized that like yesterday.
Oh, but let's be honest, the soundtrack is amazing no matter what.
Yeah, it is. It's a very good soundtrack.
It usually is for DMC, unless we talk about that one game that never got released.
You mean one that doesn't exist?
Yes.
Well, if we keep mentioning it, it kind of does, doesn't it?
No.
No.
You see, this is just insider knowledge. We just know. We know things, Marty.
Oh, okay.
My uncle works at Capcom.
There you go.
Of course.
There's
of
the
course.
meme.
Oh, that was a weird miss. Okay, V.
Also, people who have played DMC3 probably have seen a character before that can teleport. Just saying.
Yeah.
And now he's reading a book. That's right. The character is reading a book. What reading the book does is recharge his Devil Trigger, or makes it charge up faster, I should say. Something like that.
Oh yeah. So down here we have like the butcher enemies we skipped earlier in
Shall I
mission
please?
2.
Yes.
They are a pain.
When you see them starting to glow purple, is it purple? No.
Yeah, it's
Alright, it's purple on the back, then that means they've gone berserk and you can't really do much damage. Once they've gone grey, that means it's time for V to stab them with his cane.
Yep. My V combat today is bad. I can usually tell from the first few levels if my V combat is going to be good or bad. It's bad. That's not good. Hopefully I will get that sorted before we go through the next few levels. So because I missed a few orbs and because I didn't get a triple S rank, which I quite like on that fight, I'm just going to try and grab some of the orbs. That one's annoying. I shouldn't have gone for that one. I should have gone for that one instead. I'll leave that one though. We're doing okay at the minute. Usually I'll go for the Devil Trigger cluster here. Obviously, I don't actually think we had a problem for it. Any white orbs you get in fights are for Devil Trigger. Make sure Shadow is out here, because sometimes Shadow gets like kind of caught behind. I don't know where he is right now. This is like the slightly annoying thing about V's Familiar sometimes is they'll just go walkabout. And I don't understand why. But you'll see me use that attack a lot. That attack is really good. That attack is also good.
You see, you say that your V combat is really bad, but I think I only got a triple S rank once, and that's because I summoned Nightmare into a whole group of people. And he just barely flopped them and got me a triple S. Meanwhile, I can't pull off any of these combos that you're doing.
With V, funnily enough, like you can get a whole bunch of combos for him, but we don't actually. like we don't. Our raw routing is very, very tight. We're doing a little bit more routing at the minute. But for NGV, you really don't need that much. So this is the first boss of V. I hate this guy. This is Nidhogg. We will be trying ever so hard to hit him while he's in the air. That's not good. Someone hit him. There we go. Because like while he's in the air, you can actually hit him. Shadow can. There we go. You can see his health going down a lot. So the trouble with this boss is that he will disappear, and we really don't want this boss to disappear.
Yeah. So what you see Froob doing is like reading a book where they just kind of quotes William Blake, I think.
Yep.
Refills your Devil Trigger. Kind of convenient.
Okay, so he's going to be brought down now. I'm going to summon Nightmare to do some extra damage. Just at the end there. I'm also going to power up Shadow and Griffin, and they're just going to hopefully all hit him. Hopefully Nightmare gets hit off before he goes away. That would have been nice if that hit, but sadly.
That's the one downfall about Nightmare, is he is slow as heck.
Yep, so with Nightmare for combat, what we usually try and do is have him hit, make sure we try and hit him when Nightmare comes into the arena.
Yeah, you can get an upgrade to control Nightmare, but it's really not worth it.
Yeah. Definitely not great. I'm hoping to kill him before he disappears again, because he will disappear again.
Yeah, you got him. There you go.
Nice. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Decent fight.
Yeah. Could have gone better, but I'll take that.
What do you say?
Especially with how my V combat was in the level, to be honest. I lied. I said we don't get any abilities for V. We get one, which we'll be getting at the start of this next mission, which is Quick Play, which is V's equivalent of Speed. So we'll be able to just like hop onto Shadow and use him as like a hoverboard, really. We're doing otherwise at the minute. It's not too bad. Because I need to, remember, I need to spend 20k on double jump on mission 6 that I didn't in mission 3. Jenny, if you've got any time for messages, now would be a great time. Okay. Remember that time I said I was supposed to get quick play? Yeah, good job. Oh well. We'll just cane teleport. It's fine.
There'll always be a next time.
Yeah, I hope. That is, that's not good. That is really not good. Oh, well. I'll get it before the boss of this level. Where is Shadow? Like, what are you doing, dude?
You mean we'll get to see the infamous phone booth?
Yes. Yeah, I'll have to. Like, I have to make an exception, unfortunately. This is the problem. So there you go, there's our white orb. I'd usually get it on the mission before, I'm surprised we didn't.
I think you didn't because your Devil Trigger was full.
Ah, yeah. And then sometimes Shadow, I'll accidentally keep him in the air, which is not good. But yeah, I'm really trying to make sure that I launch enemies on the final hit, because if I launch enemies on the final hit, it'll be a quicker execution.
Can't move forward without breaking.
One thing we should probably mention about V and his familiars, not like it's probably not going to happen, I should say, but they do have their own health bar as well, and if they run out of health, then they will go into an orb state and they'll just become useless. And if both of them do that, then you're kind of defenseless.
Yep, that might happen in this level, actually. Funnily enough. Can I? Thank you, because I want to...
Bye, Shadow.
Yeah, that's why I wanted Shadow here.
He jumped down.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get him up. There we go. I'd like to hit, like, this is the leg of the boss of not this level, but like the level after. And I'd really like to hit it, because you can see that it's got like a load of orbs coming out. Again, this is more like, we do this anyway, but this is also just marathon safety, because I'm a little worried, again, about my orb count. 35k is actually fine here. Because like, when we're going to hit like a big orb cluster later on, which I'm hoping to be about 45k for. If not more, I should be more. So this fight is going to be interesting. I'm going to let these spawn and like walk a little bit towards me. The leg is going to like come from the ceiling again. Break them. We're going to... Okay. We're going to have this guy spawn here, and I'm hoping that he comes a little this way, because this leg can actually like one-shot him. Yeah, I don't want him. I'd love for you to hit that, thanks. Did not. Okay, cool. Okay, now we should just have 2 Pyrobats left. That was not dead somehow. Okay, cool. I expected them to actually like kill him before I actually managed to cane teleport, but apparently not. So, never mind. Should do it. Lovely jubbly. Right. Yeah, just gonna hopefully... Okay, thanks, Griffin, for... even I missed. Alright, good.
So whilst we navigate this, the rest of this level, don't think there's anything significant coming up. Should we let Jenny read a few donations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry about that. We got $25 from Ice Cream Get.
Hey!
There is a forbidden gesture. It has been passed down through the years and has become Muffin Man's most hated. Dare I ask for a example? Well, yes, I do. It pains me as much it does you. Good luck on the run, Frobo.
Thanks, Ice Cream. I'm not doing that right now. It's sat behind me right now. I am not dabbing right now. Good luck getting me to dab.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I'm essentially like Wiki. Oh, come on. I got knocked down somehow. As long as you jump there, you can actually like finish that animation faster. There is a bit of a trouble where if you do that too fast, you can actually soft lock. So that's why I kind of like waited a second. Not having speed is really bad here. I've messed up quite badly.
Yeah, so the enemy which is killed is like an Impusa queen. Like all the ants you usually see crawl around, either drop like red orbs or green orbs. You want to take care of the green Impusas first because they heal enemies,
Yep.
which is really bad.
And they're super weak, which is nice.
Yes.
We're going to be grabbing this DT. Thank you. If I had speed... Okay, so when you're on speed and you're like roaming around on Shadow, he will automatically break any clusters that you go into. So again, I'm going to wait a second because the guy at the back... Wow, he spawned on the left for once? He usually spawns on the right. Oh. And we're going to have another one hit. I don't know why Shadow doesn't then move that I wanted to do, but well. Hi, Nightmare. So sometimes you'll get like a special cutscene with Nightmare coming in, which is actually not great. That's not too bad. I want as many like triple S as I can get. It's not always going to happen. I kind of wish I didn't waste all of my DT there. We have the next boss coming up here in a second. This is going to be... Shouldn't have locked on there. Because I don't have speed, I'm trying to cane teleport. And to cane teleport, you have to hold lock on and then B. Or circle. Right, so we're not supposed to get this, but because I messed up, we're going to be using this phone and speaking to Nico. I should probably wait for another mission, but it's fine. So this is casually how like you get your normal upgrades, isn't it? Yeah.
Also, side note, the voice acting in this game is amazing, especially Griffin.
Yep.
The sarcastic bird brain that he is.
I will have quick play, thank you. So there we go. Now we have speed. So now for the rest of V, we won't be getting any other ability.
Now we can go fast.
Yep. You'll see it very briefly here. Yeah. And then you won't. So this is Garion. This fight is not too hard, but to do it well is hard.
It's not fair. He has a horse.
He has horsepower.
How much horsepower?
Lots. Too much. So basically, Garion at first is just going to be nice and simple to deal with. I'm going to be building up my DT. I should be close to him. And you can see that he can stop time.
Like another enemy in DMC 3.
How ironic.
I feel like there's a coincidence between DMC 3 and 5 here.
Yeah.
Just a small one, though.
Yep, Shadow just broke.
Oh no.
This is fine because I still have Griffin. And I will get Nightmare out if I need to. So you see at the top left, we're just building, we're building up Shadow again, so now he's back.
the closer you are to the familiars when they're in the orb form, the quicker they will come back.
By dodging those as well, I can get some double trigger, but I didn't dodge them too well. For Griffin on his own, he's actually not doing too bad right here. Of course, I did that at the wrong time. It's a bad time to do this as well. Okay. So he's going to charge us a few times here. We're just going to dodge him a few times. I'm actually going to bring Nightmare here and hope he hits him. He did, so that stops that attack as well.
Good hit.
That's one of the reasons why I wait for him to stop, because here he's just going to like roam around a lot. I'm hoping Nightmare will hit him with a laser.
Hey.
Good.
Good. Yeah, basically in DMC3, this is the boss that gives you Quicksilver, which makes you stop time as well.
Yep, I'm just going to be a little careful here, because he can break both of my familiars.
Oh no.
Okay, we still got Shadow, which is fine. I need to get over to Griffin real quick. He's got no health though. Come over here. Actually, yeah. Do it. Nice one.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I was going to say, I noticed his HP and I thought, yeah, we'll just do it with Shadow. That was actually it was not a great fight.
Wasn't
It's
the
fine.
worst.
Yeah, I had way worse. So, the Garion runs away. We'll be seeing him again way later without the horse. Thankfully.
Yay. No
Like
horsepower.
the horse.
The horse is good. Right, so we're going to... Okay, so you can see by the loading screen we're going up. The game is on, like, different timelines. It's a little weird. Because we didn't get Aiko, I'm 100% going to get that now, because that is exceptionally needed for this boss.
Yes.
This boss is... some people like it, some people don't. I'm indifferent. Some days I like it, some days I don't.
I really dislike it.
I'm not going to like it today.
Yeah, this level is basically just a boss level.
Well, she ain't dead.
Oh, she ain't dead. That's Lady. If you know who Lady is, was she inside the horse? She was inside the horse, right?
No, she was not inside the horse.
She was inside Artemis.
Oh, that was the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
she was in
Yep, gone.
the weird. She was inside the weird lady one that we killed as the second boss.
Yes, the one we killed with Nero originally.
Yes.
So I wanted to dodge those hits there because they will knock me off. I really don't want to get knocked off here. Getting knocked off will lose you so much time. So the boss is going to shake a bit. And it's going to like start doing this. We want to jump. And now we want to actually jump backwards. And I'm using air taunt to get a little bit of extra air. Because I've done that, I can now stay on top of the boss. The boss is going to start moving around, which is hyper annoying. I'm just going to do that so I don't get hit. I was going to take my time because I don't like this boss, but as long as I stay on top, it's fine. My seeds are not hit today. There we go.
Yeah, so basically this is the boss which legs we attacked with V in the other mission.
Yep. And this is why I want that overture at the end of the Goliath fight. Or is this Goliath? Which one was one of the? This is either Behemoth or Goliath. I don't remember which.
What, this boss?
Yeah.
This boss is called Gilgamesh.
Okay, it's Nero.
Close enough. Close enough.
For some reason, like, for me as someone who, you know, plays Final Fantasy, it's weird. Because
Yeah, Gilgamesh is infamous in Final Fantasy.
exactly.
It's got one of the best battle themes though, just saying.
It does.
Yeah.
Good old battle on Big Bridge.
So you see I'm doing like a little damage with Overture. You do have to do other hits in between. That wasn't too bad.
We stayed on top, which is the main
Yes.
thing.
I'll happily take that. So mission 7 that's coming up now is no damage as well. I will happily take that. Very happily take that. That gives us a few extra orbs that we can be a bit safer with. So mission 7 is the first mission where we get to choose between characters that we want to play as. For New Game, we want to be V, because he's just a bit faster overall, especially at the start. New Game Plus, possibly Nero. I've seen like a lot of people use Nero. But yeah, for V, he's just a little bit faster overall than Nero at the start. Although I think we might be theory crafting on that one. I'm theory crafting if we have a Gerbero, it might be slightly faster, but that's just some things in my head that the ramblings of a madman who just doesn't want to play V. But I actually kind of like V's combat, not gonna lie. You'll be seeing those real soon. They're slightly annoying. Again, I can't remember their names. I'm doing a good job today.
Starring the DMC crew.
Yep, so if it's the DMC crew, that's the AI. If it's starring like a name, that's somebody I've seen in the past.
Starring Mergy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
If only Mergy. Mergy would help me out.
Oh, for sure.
it's more of a thing where like levels are in parallel, like you walk parallel paths, and sometimes you can just see the AI or yourself or other people.
Yeah, that's the game's like idea of like co-op. Is you basically you can like find other people online and like join their games, but it's like it's kind of faux co-op apart from like one level kind of thing.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna start this game real quick. I'm gonna help you.
Yep.
Somehow.
You got this, Margie.
Okay. Left mouse button. Nailed it.
You got it, dude.
You got it.
I helped.
Nice. Thank you,
Round
Mergy.
of applause for Margie.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Too kind. Too kind.
Nice. That was quick. So basically, if you've been noticing like these little things I've been breaking, these like red clusters with Griffith and Shadow, these those are the vines that like you see entangled there that you need to break to get past. Unfortunately, we don't have like a way to get past like this trigger. There will be a trigger later on that we can get past. You'll see that when we get to mission 9, because mission 9 has our next big skip that is slightly worrying me because that's going to save like a minute or two. Come on, keep him there. I cannot see, which is very useful. Nice.
Yeah, the one thing they did not improve from predecessors is the camera. It's been always really awful, and it's especially awful if you have to do platforming of any kind.
Yep. There is way less platforming in this one than there was in previous DMCs.
That is true.
I want to say DMC 1 had the most, and it was really bad. That's if my memory serves right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the camera in Devil May Cry 2 was the absolute worst because it was nothing but fixed camera angles most of the times.
Hey, yep.
Yeah, then DMC3 just had weird camera swaps that swapped your controls,
Yep.
which didn't really help.
I'm going to go up left. No, you're not. You're going up right.
Yep. Then DMC4 also had like a bunch of awful platforming, which was very punishing if you fell down.
Hello, please. There we go.
Shadow, the enemy is not that way. The enemy's in midair.
Nice, good hit.
Yeah. DMC4 introduced Nero's Devil Arm, which was just a grapple mechanic, so there was a lot of grappling puzzles in that game.
Yeah. I don't know why I summoned Nightmare here, but I did. This is a pretty bad fight. He's just here now. I did de-summon him, but he's just here now.
Bye, Nightmare. You weird puddly gloop.
What is happening in this fight right now? This is an absolute mess. Wait, I didn't even see what hit me. I wasn't paying attention. I should have dodged. I was just being greedy there.
At least he was kind enough to hit you into a green orb.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. Just gonna let Shadow spawn next to me. Gotta get on the ground, please. Thank you. Good. Yeah. Not the best of fights. Hope I get speed before I go up here. I do. Good. Right, so we're gonna go up here. One of the scissors is gonna spawn on the way. We're gonna hope that everybody else comes up here. We're gonna break these two spawners, like hopefully really quickly. Nice catch on that guy, actually. Is he dead? Yeah, he is. Good. I'll take that. There's that scissor. I'm gonna take care of this one so that we don't get any more enemies. I got hit by something. The scissors.
Yes.
Okay. Let's try and take care of them, shall we? Again, they can be parried. They can be parried with V's Familiar, and they can also be parried with V's Cane, which you will be seeing later on.
You wouldn't think that you'd be able to parry with V's kick. Okay, what is that hitbox?
I don't understand it. Sometimes I'm hitting the enemy, and that's like causing me to stop.
Yeah, as you can see, if you don't counter them, they're kind of annoying to deal with, as we mentioned earlier.
Slow one, unfortunately. That's the slow execution. At least I have all of my DT, which is good. Right, let's get going. I should have grabbed that. Oh well. Right, so there's a very there's a very weird and interesting thing with the fight at the end of this mission. If everything goes right, and it's a little RNG because we have to rely on Nero's AI, we're going to meet up with Nero here. Basically, there's going to be a whole bunch of Nello Angelo enemies, and for some reason at the start of this fight, we can get them into an instant down trigger. I don't really understand how or why. And yeah, we missed it because Nero decided to hit this guy instead. Thanks, Nero. This one is the annoying one. It's the one that has the most HP. He's like the leader, kind of. I might summon Nightmare for this, we'll see. But if I want to take care of this guy, so Nero also helps me with everybody else. So you see that I didn't get the opportunity to, like, use my finisher. It's because Nero basically counts as a finisher because he's like his own self.
Which is a nice thing that they've actually done with that. Rather than having him making Nero essentially a familiar, they've actually made him a standalone thing.
Yep. So just like that.
These encounters.
I'm not quite sure where that enemy was facing or going. He seemed to be locked onto nothing. And was running away. So.
He was scared.
Yeah.
I would be too.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, with Shadow and Nightmare, you do battle them in DMC1.
Yep.
Which is like kind of a nice Easter egg, I guess.
Yep. So we're going to be playing back as Nero again. We're going to grab a few things here. We're going to grab Exceed 2, Exceed 3, and something that I've definitely forgotten, which I'm hoping my memory remembers as I go through these menus. Exceed 2, Exceed 3, and it's something on Red Queen. It is Payline. Perfect. Cool. And we still have the overture left over from earlier, which will help at the beginning of this level. This would be where our new route doesn't take advantage of Exceed 3. We'll be using only Exceed 2, so look out for that in the future. But yeah, now I can. Hello. There's a fly in front of me. What are you doing?
I actually think that's a mosquito.
Oh no.
Great.
Just randomly punch Fruit on.
Gotta support, you know?
Yep. So because I broke those orbs because I want a few extra orbs, I don't get my speed here, so I probably should have just gone ahead. If you don't like use up your speed, you can actually like, even though you're in combat, you can like jump up here and get your speed back before this part. So this is kind of slow. It was not really worth it. So we're going to be going into this part here. We've got a few more of these guys spawning in. The annoying thing is, like, you can't really hit them in the air. So we have to, like, drag them up with, obviously, tapping. So, yeah, you can see there. Oh, I actually thought that was going to kill him. Good.
Should we touch up on the story a bit?
That's a good idea, yeah.
Alright, so basically you've seen Horizon at the start of the game who like defeated us. And pretty much they went to Dante to tell him to go defeat Horizon.
Guess that's my ride.
Yep.
And also started involving Nero for some reason.
Oh,
Yes.
Nero got himself kind of involved in this one.
I mean,
There was an intro cutscene when Nero's working in a garage or something, and he's about to go get his dinner with his lovely girlfriend, Kyrie.
who we never see in this game.
No, you just hear her once.
No, I think you're here twice, but yeah.
Poor Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie is from Devil May Cry 4. That's pretty much the only time you've ever seen her, and probably will ever only see her in that game.
Yep.
But then a cloaked figure just comes along and decides to say, I really like that weird arm of yours, so I'm gonna take it. He takes it.
Yeah, and it turns into a katana that we've definitely never seen before, nudge nudge wink wink, and then opens up a portal in a way that we've also never ever seen before, nudge nudge wink wink.
It's also definitely not the katana we absorbed in DMC4 with the devil arm or something.
No.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
So cloaked figures, random portals. Okay, I figured it. Is this Kingdom Hearts?
Exactly, yeah, perfect.
You got it, Murgy.
I mean, essentially at this point, it's just not as convoluted, I guess.
It's a little bit more understandable.
I mean, it is very convoluted if you like count the weird books that came out between DMC3 and 4.
Okay, now I have to read books to understand this?
Yes.
It's not as bad as Final Fantasy 15.
I mean, basically the book
That's
just
fair.
I mean, Final Fantasy 15, you've just got the animated shorts that you need to watch. You need to watch the King's Glaive animated movie.
and
You
then
need
the
to play the
DLC.
game.
I like 15, but the amount of background material you need to read for that is a little too much.
And then the story is still full of holes.
Yeah.
And it's just hold square or circle to win.
Yep.
Which disappoints me.
This introduces new enemies that are also kind of annoying because they can spawn ice pillars below you.
I'm just going to use the Buster Arm and try and break it because we want the Gerber for the next part. That might actually keep it alive. That was good. Sometimes it keeps it alive after that. I don't know why, but yeah, that's fine. I'm not hitting my exceed. Cool.
The Buster Arm is a temporary replacement to the actual Buster mechanic of Nero's old arm.
Yep. So I'm going to be... if we make this jump, we skip out on a 2-minute fight. I ideally would always try and avoid this blue orb, but considering Marathon, I'm just going to go towards it just in case. Which unfortunately we didn't get it, but that's good. We basically just skipped like a 2-minute fight, which, yeah. Thank you.
Again, it doesn't look like much compared to like the Out of Bounds what I done, but that's quite still significant to be honest.
There are invisible walls on either side. Why am I not hitting my exceeds today? Hello.
Let's get airborne.
Come on, one more for the road.
No, I'm just good at it.
Aw.
Just got build speed here. I don't know what's going on with me tonight. So I'm gonna grab this punchline. The punchline is gonna be used for
Telling
later.
jokes.
If only. Let's see what you did there. Let's spend. It's fine.
Anyways, back to the story thing. So yeah, they went to Dante to tell him, go kill Arisen, or however you want to pronounce it, because I don't know. Arisen, you know. But the guy that asked him to do so also brought along V.
Yes.
And he introduces himself in the most edgy way ever,
Yeah.
which is, so what's your name, kid? I don't have a name.
Yup.
I'm kidding, call me V.
Like I was born like only a couple of days ago, which I almost had it. I'm now gonna miss that one. No.
Nah, you got it.
Come back here.
Come on, man.
Hey. No.
You celebrated too early.
I mean, that is
Third
what I
time's
said
the
about platforming. It's just terrible in this game, and all the
Yep.
predecessors as well.
Cool. So I'm gonna build my exceed here so I can like kind of skip ahead with this jump. I'm sad about that. I said I wasn't gonna go for it, but I still went for it. Like I said in practice I wouldn't go for like something like that, but yeah, I still did. So we're coming up towards the end of this mission. Essentially, if you remember the Urizen fight from earlier, which was a scripted loss, technically not a scripted loss, but also a scripted loss.
Yes.
We have to break the crystal in front of him, and then we have to lose to him.
Makes sense.
Yep, random phone inside the demon tree thing.
Yep.
Yep. And Nico somehow gets in there, even though it's been said that no one can get in there. So
Nico is amazing and can get that van anywhere, and it's brilliant.
yes.
Wouldn't like to be in that van with her though. Because the stuff that she does to get into those places. No, thank you.
That van is indestructible. It's amazing.
But yeah, like touching up on the book just basically reveals the big plot twist of this game, sort of.
Which gets kind of revealed anyways.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Spoilers.
obvious. It's kind of hilariously obvious.
We'll get to it when we're there.
Okay, so
I mean,
don't wanna
I
lose,
read
but
it,
it's fine.
or like the manga or whatever of it. It's not very good.
And there goes. Oh, no, not quite.
No, if I had the punchline, it would have been better. I don't want to lose this last overture because I need it for later. So now we break his barrier, and we can actually finally get a hit on Urizen,
Yeah, good hit.
and now we have to lose.
He stands up now. Now you can see all his tentacles.
I did not want to get the health from that. Alright, cool. So now we literally just have to wait for him to kill us. If I stand back, he should do hopefully 2 tentacles. There's 1. And only 1 hit me. That can sometimes happen as well. Great.
Laser.
Yeah. It's literally just wait until Urizen finishes you off. I needed that to hit me. That's the most... those fireballs are the most damaging attack.
Fun fact, you can reflect them back.
It's nice. You can flip back most projectiles. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Look at how bloody he is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Most of that blood's not from him.
No, it's like the portals you enter are just kind of like blood veins.
Yeah. One thing to say is that Dante called Nero dead weight, and he holds on to that for a long time.
Right up until the end of the game, actually.
An exceptionally long time. So, next big skip is coming on this mission. I don't like my orb count in a minute, if I'm being honest.
This was the cutscene we spoke about where like Morrison, who is from the anime, introduces V to Dante.
Yep, the game actually references anime characters.
Which is weird because Morrison in the anime looks a lot different.
Very, very, very different.
Literally Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. So, because I'm only doing short jumps here, like I said with Nero earlier, when I didn't do it, we can keep our speed. And now this. So, okay, one of the big important things about this next skip is that I only get one shot. For some reason, nice. For some reason, the checkpoint is only at the very start of the level. And we don't get another checkpoint even after this fight. I'm hit by that. Huh. That's not good. Really, this is happening, huh? Thank you, Nightmare. So your teleport only goes like a certain distance. Like if like things are too far away, you will have to obviously. Oh my word. IV combat is actually like one of the worst it's been today. This is fantastic. Launch him. Thank you. Thank you. Let's just get some big air. There's somebody alive? Hello. Lovely.
The new enemy you've seen there is called Behemoth. It's kind of like it's fine at the start because it has like weird shackles on, and as long as it doesn't break them, it's not very dangerous.
It kind of just tries to ram into you from time to time with them on. Not that threatening.
Yes.
But you can also break them as you damage it progressively and whatnot. So it's one of the enemies that gets more dangerous the more you fight it. So you want to be really quick at taking them down to make sure they're not as much of a nuisance.
Yep, hence why we bring forth Nightmare. So what we're going to do is the next skip is coming up here. This I'm worried about because I really need to hit this one. I'm going to go over to this orb cluster, which I always get anyway, but especially with how this is looking right now. This is not looking good, so we're just going to break this.
Yeah, if you're wondering when we're not spending any orbs, the orbs are shared between characters, but the abilities, other than like the purple orbs and blue orbs, are not.
Yep. So we need to launch off Shadow here. 1, 2, 3. Cane teleport. We don't want to go too far to the ground. Jump, hover. I don't want to get too far to that to hit an invisible wall, and we're good.
Nice. What does that skip?
That skipped only a singular fight, but that singular fight is kind of annoying because that's one of the Angelo enemies, the sword-only ones, which take a long time to kill, especially as V. So I'm very happy I managed to pull that off. We've got another skip coming up partway through this level, but it's nicer because the checkpoint is literally right next to it. But for some reason, that checkpoint there is only at the very start of the level. Start from this top, shall we? Did not kill. Oh, interesting. Cool.
Into nothingness.
What was the last one? There was supposed to be somebody down the ramp. But I didn't take care of him. Bizarre.
Do you want my hot take on this game? I enjoy V combat more than Nero combat.
Ooh, that is a hot take. There's a lot of people who disagree with that.
I know that. It's just, I don't particularly like the devil arm thingy. I didn't like it in MC4, and I feel even more gimmicky in this game.
I'll stick with my Dante gameplay.
Yeah.
I literally thought I was playing Nero for a second there. that's what I thought of Griffin out. So what we want to do here is we're going to try and teleport to the right. Nice, got it. Okay, so there's a second follow-up to this. We can soft lock the game. We have to be very careful. There's going to be, in that room, there's a certain couple of enemies, including this chap. If he follows us, he has to die first. Because if he doesn't die, then our game will soft lock. So that's why I always turn the camera. I'm glad he decided to turn up early, because now this gives time for Griffin and Shadow to disappear, because we're about to get to this next... Oh, always keep walking towards like objects. Don't walk towards the scenery, because you do get like stuck a little bit. So, yeah, you see them. We got some scissors. And again, as you... There we go. So that's basically the previous fight ending. So you did the fast one. And that hit me because of that. Okay, cool. Do that again, please. Thank you. So again, V's Kane parries. Which is actually fantastic. So that's the quick way of dealing with the scissors. You always get the second slow one here. I would like to land on this so I can get a few more orbs. Thank you. Hello, orb cluster?
I think you have to jump up. Oh, never
Oh,
mind,
there it is.
goes.
Nice. Whew. And then I teleport back. And then accidentally EX Shadow, which I didn't want to do, but it's fine. You saw one enemy behind me, that might be a problem. We should talk about Gold Orbs as well. So Gold Orbs are the game's continues. There's honestly, there's like near 20 in the game.
I think you can even get one daily.
Yeah,
as well.
you get like a daily login. One thing I don't like about this game is there are microtransactions. I don't know why I jumped off Shadow because I didn't actually input getting off in there. There are slight microtransactions on the store. You can buy red orbs, which that does come into a factor, unfortunately. But for the most part, you don't need to like buy any of them, but you can buy like the continues and stuff.
Because they can.
Capcom's excuse for it was is that they want to make it more beginner friendly because there's two ways that you can get a continue in this game. There's the gold orbs, or you can revive with red orbs, which means if you've been struggling against a boss for so long, you've used all your gold orbs and all your red orbs, then you can just say, you know what, I'm going to shell out some money to res myself and probably die again to the same boss that you've been dying on several times.
Yep.
Alternatively, there's another use for them, of course, which is for one of Dante's weapons, which we will see later. Well,
We actually won't because the donation incentive was met. Nice, he was in the air. If you don't get the last one in the air, that's such a slow kill.
did you say that we will or won't?
We won't.
Ah, okay.
Donation incentive was met. I checked before. So I'll talk about it when we get there. But Forced is the... it's a wonderful weapon. So I have 204k? 105.
Yeah, and
That's good.
106 or something. Yeah.
Should be fine.
But yeah, basically it's a hat that uses red orbs as its weaponry.
Also, as you've just seen, the timeline jumped back to the very start.
Mission 10, all the way back at the start of the game.
We finally get to play as guess who?
It's your boy, Dante.
Yeah. So we can't get any abilities at the start of the mission. We're going to be getting them at the first checkpoint. So you'll see that I'm using Trickster to dash forward. That is actually the most optimal movement for Dante. He is faster with Trickster than he is with speed. So he's the one character we will not be getting speed with. I will be using my shotgun. And then for these guys, they're super simple. Just like that. And that's what this first room encounter is going to be. It's
Punch him.
Yep. Just a quick forward Balrog.
The 1-2
It's a
punch,
shotgun.
except
Yes.
you're missing the second punch and you're shooting him in the face.
Yep. And then a 1-2-3 in the sky is easy peasy.
The weapon that Froob is currently using gets stronger the more punches you do, and then you're meant to switch it into kick mode, which is where all of the damage actually gets stored.
Except we won't be doing that in the speedrun. But we
Because
will
I
be
would
using
do.
this a lot. You'll see what we do, and we're going to be getting it right at the start after this fight. So this fight's going to be a little bit more tricky because now we come to the scythe-wielding enemies that are actually a lot stronger. So we're going to pop Devil Trigger. So as you can see, it takes a few. Just going to knock this guy's HP down a bit.
There was big controversy about
Ooh.
this battle theme,
Yep.
to the point it got remade.
Yes, I should have made a donation incentive to use...
The original?
Yep. No, the original's not in the game. I should have done it to use either his original theme from DMC 3 or 1 or something, but I wasn't paying... Okay, I don't know why you're alive. I wasn't thinking straight and I realized it yesterday, so that's my bad.
No worries.
You were tired yesterday, so you have an excuse.
I have been exceptionally tired this whole event. So I don't have as much orbs as I would like. We're going to go into a whole bunch of customization here. I'm going to get the most important stuff first. We're going to go for Swordmaster 4 because more importantly, for Swordmaster 4, we get a move called Real Impact. Yeah, now you're seeing it. We get Ignition 2. I want Trickster 2, or 3 even. I don't have enough, but I do have enough for Stinger 1. I would like Stinger 2 as well.
You can get Stinger 2.
That's tight, we'll do it. Let's do it. This is risky. I should not do this, but this should be fine.
Okay, what do these moves do?
Okay, so for Royal Impact, as you're about to see, this is a new enemy. It's been
basically the same as Rising Dragon in DMC3.
Yeah, so it
it's
does this,
It's just... Yeah.
Beautiful.
which, as you can tell, is very strong. Excuse me?
Wow. Yeah, these enemies are very, very annoying if you don't deal with them fast, because they start spinning and then you can't hit them, and they just attack you from off screen, which is the most annoying thing in this game.
Yep. Cosmic, I'm going to want an explanation of that on Discord later. Thanks, bye. So we got some more scissors coming in. You can take care of these, but I like trying to parry them, so we'll see what happens here. Oh. Of course, it was the other one. I don't like the lock-on in these games. Oh. They have one attack, which is like super annoying. They'll kind of corkscrew and then leave and then come back. I'm used to parrying it, but I don't want it to happen. Okay, that's fine. That's the easiest one. That's like the slowest wind-up one.
It's pretty much ideal what we want when we're dealing with these.
Yep. We will be... Is it the fight first and then the skip? I think it's the fight first and then the skip. Yeah, it is. We'll be dropping down into a room in a second. For the most part, we'll be using Balrog with some uses of our Devil Trigger. You can see at the top left, obviously, we have a little bit of Devil Trigger. This is not Balrog. So, one very, very important thing to note about Devil Trigger. When you use your Devil Trigger, you have one hit of Hyper Armor. So you can basically stop being attacked by an enemy for that one hit.
Which is plenty of time to charge up Real Impact. Also, when you're in Devil Trigger, as standard with the whole Devil May Cry series, everything is powered up significantly. Yep. And some moves even get animation changes. For example, Stinger, instead of having a weak glow around it, it turns into a giant drill, essentially, and does a lot more damage because the spiral that you see going around it actually has a hitbox, I believe.
Yeah. So you saw me jump into a side room there. That's supposed to be for bonus like orb, but for those of you who played the game casually, you will realize that this fight hasn't loaded up. By going into that side room and loading the fight in there, the fight here doesn't load up. So we basically skip like a good 30 seconds to a minute there.
There's no reason for it not to load up. It just doesn't.
Yep. So we're gonna have first new enemy. Is this the Pyrobat or the Hellbat? It's one of the two.
Hellbat. The Pyrobat are the mission
smaller
3 ones, yeah, these are very similar to another enemy in DMC3. You would think they took, like, stuff from the best game and put it in this one, but, I'm not complaining.
Oh, that's close as I thought I was. Okay. Alright. Let's see real quick.
There's one kind of bad thing about this game, in my opinion. The level design feels very samey. Like, all the tunnels look the same, and sometimes
it's all very linear.
Yeah.
Unlike the other DMC games, when specifically 2, you had to bounce around a whole different bunch of rooms and whatnot to find certain key items. Like, it's not Silent Hill level of key items when you need to combine them to make something, but it's like this one. There's very little key items that you'll need, and it's far too linear.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, DMC4 was kind of the same.
DMC4 was just worse in every way because you had to backtrack everywhere.
Yeah.
It was the laziest level design.
A lot of pointless revisits.
But you did it with 2 different characters, though.
Yeah, and then you fight the same bosses 3 times. Wow.
But with different dialogues at the end.
I see where you're going with this, Margie, and I don't like it. Don't justify it.
I should start a Capcom.
You should. You should make the next Mega Man game.
Nice.
Oh yeah, about that. Isn't there an arm of Mega Man in this game as well?
There
The
is.
DLC, yes.
It's a DLC weapon, and it is called the Mega Buster. It does exactly what you think it does.
Pew
Yep.
pew laser, pew pew. You can even charge it up, but that, you know, destroys it in one hit again.
Also changes your jump to Mega Man's, which that's a neat little touch. Like that.
Yeah, you get 2 hands in the air and 1 leg higher than the other. It's quite cool.
Hey, remember Urson? Hey, remember scripted losses?
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
first,
that time again.
we're gonna go over to the left and we're gonna grab the. Oh, there it is, the Kalina Ann. Most people. Oh, hello. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Sorry about that. Most people don't know the Kalina Ann is actually in this level.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I got it much later on.
Next level, yeah. It's in the next level. There's basically 2 Kalina Anns in the game. There's this one, which is also in the next level if you missed it here. I'm going to try and, like, yeah, go to the back of the room so that I can hopefully get killed a little faster. Right, so... Fun fact. You can break his crystal and end the fight faster. The last time I did that, my game hard locked and basically trapped me in this arena with no boss, no way to die, and that was run over. And I was like 5 minutes ahead. So,
Oh, that's
never doing
unfortunate.
that again, no. Literally never doing that again.
So basically now you have 2 Kalina Anns. And
Not
fun
just yet.
stuff.
Not just yet.
Not just yet?
Yeah, it's like later on,
Oh.
Nico builds one for
Oh, yeah,
Lady.
That we just steal.
Yeah, my bad.
Well,
Getting
we
confused.
borrow it.
We have that, though.
Hey, it's that sword that
That's
really
all-
doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is actually difference to your normal sword. I can't remember what the difference was. I know Cosmic explained it to me a while back, but yeah. Sorry, Cosmic, I forgot.
Yeah, this basically replaces Rebellion as your weapon.
Yes.
Same moveset though, for now.
You can equip Rebellion again if you want, but honestly, Sparta's better here, and we won't be having it for too long.
See, if I'm not mistaken though, wasn't Rebellion broken in that last fight at the end of the cutscene?
Yes.
So why the
That's-
heck can you still re-equip it?
After endgame stuff.
Ah,
it's
right,
weird.
right.
End the game, here's all your weapons back, have fun. And then also you can
Ah.
equip more than 4 weapons, so...
Plot armor, basically.
Kinda, yeah, but with a sword.
Plot sword.
Yeah. Just kill this guy. I was really hoping he'd walk into my range there.
He was thinking about it.
Yep.
Just like Merger was thinking about going to sleep instead of doing this. He still is. You can see it.
You can go to bed
Basically-
anytime you want, dude.
No, I'm enjoying this.
Come on, I actually missed that. Come on. No, I'm going to devil trigger so I don't get hit there. Hit them both. Yes. Beautiful.
Very nice.
So if you haven't got the Cleaner Ann on the previous level, you can get it on the left there. We have to break like certain routes here to be able to progress. There's one at the bottom right of this room. Whoops, that one there that I didn't want to go towards. We do this one for progression, but the other one will open up a previous bit earlier in the level. You can go get it there, I believe. I'm going to go up here. I'm just going to grab some. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay,
Big
you know
whiffs.
what? It's fine.
All intended.
Yep. I just want DT for...
RNG minute.
Yes, I want my DT for later on and also this next fight. 23k. I was hoping I'd have around 30k at this point. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
This is fine.
Yeah, just say it more often. Makes him just appear more confident.
It's. How did I not parry that with Balrog? Excuse me?
So here's another new enemy. This guy's got extendo arms.
Yeah.
And it is super annoying. Please don't move. Thank you. So
He
they love
can-
teleport.
Yeah. He can also enrage like the butcher enemies, which is again very annoying if it happens.
Yep.
So as Froob navigates through here, why don't we throw it over to Jenny for some donations if we have any?
Well, Ginny isn't
No,
here, but
maybe not.
I can read some donations.
Lovely.
Hello.
I have a $5 donation from Loner Hero who says, "Don't forget to have Iron Brew after this run, or I will find you."
God damn it, Lona. Thank you very much.
Also, like to quickly shout out one of our wonderful partners here at Western Digital Black. They have provided us with SSDs for the entire event, and the WD Black NVMe SSD is one that we have been using, which has been absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much, Western Digital, for your support for ESA.
Cool. I should have grabbed the Devil Trigger Orb that was on the side, because if I DT'd, this guy would have died in one hit.
There's one sad thing they got rid of in this game, which is Devil. Well, it works differently in this game, doesn't it? The Devil Trigger Explosion,
Yes.
which is kind of annoying.
It's kind of part of SDT, which
Yeah.
people will see very soon.
Ah, SDT.
It's very strong and slightly broken, and I love it.
Very slightly.
Just ever so slightly broken.
Yep, I'm gonna start grabbing some orbs. Okay, so Cosmic, I know obviously you're watching. Cosmic gave me a really nice strat for this next fight. I've only pulled it off in practice a few times, and because it's so close to the event, I'm just gonna do normal. Basically, new strat for this is to use Royal Guard.
Oh, okay.
It's super fast. I'm just gonna do my normal route and hope that I can get him down.
Oh hey, it's this guy. Who does he look like?
Yeah, inside this guy is another character, much like lady who was stuck in Artemis. Trish is stuck in this one. 'Cause
Yep.
As you've seen in like the mission we just played, they were walking around with Dante in the Clivehold place. And they got captured by Horizon after we got defeated again. So Horizon just put them into demons or something.
Just for safekeeping, you know, didn't want to hurt him. He's a nice guy like that.
Of course.
This looks more like a rejected Power Ranger design.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
That's the time. Nope. That's why I didn't want to do it originally. I had the time, but I messed up. It's kind of a bad fight.
And as you defeat
Ooh, beautiful.
Cavalier Angelo, you get the coolest looking weapon in the whole game.
Which we will barely see.
Which is a shame because it just looks bloody amazing.
Yep.
It's really strong as well in casual playthroughs and whatnot, but it's not that fast.
Yep. And that is a chainsaw motorbike, so.
Which gets used as dual greatswords essentially.
Yep. So what I'm going to grab here is I'm going to grab a few upgrades. I might be slightly off for the purple heart. Most importantly, I'm going to grab myself double jump. So we're going to skip 75% of this next level coming up. I'm going to grab Trigger Heart, which DT gauge depletes at a slower rate. Oh, that's so tight. Wow, 769 orbs, huh?
It worked.
Boy, I am cutting it close this run.
Calculated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also, as you just saw, the mission is called Yamato, which is definitely not the name of the sword that we've seen before in other, you know, DMC4 games or anything.
Definitely doesn't belong to Dante's brother Virgil,
Definitely not.
Well, that's good.
who's been trapped in hell since DMC3.
Well, no, you killed him in DMC1.
Oh, yeah, true. For some reason, I keep thinking that DMC3 is set after 1, even though it very clearly isn't.
Yeah.
Why did I uppercut him there?
Oh,
Yeah, the DMC storyline really doesn't go anywhere in order of the release, which is bloody bizarre.
They keep changing 2's position and everybody gets confused.
2 doesn't exist. I mean, there's nothing story relevant happening in 2, so it doesn't really matter now, does it?
Yeah, it used to be 1. I should not have DT
No,
here.
it's 3-1.
2.
3-1-2 was the original for the trilogy, but now for some reason it's going 3-1-2.
No, 4 is apparently before 2 somehow.
That does not make sense anymore,
Yeah.
but sure. So I'm going to skip this entire level. I'm just going to... Whoa, didn't go far enough. So you're supposed to get the Nidhogg hatchlings to open these doors, or I could just go up here.
Yeah.
You know?
Simple as that.
Yeah, like basically if you do that, you get into a forced fight and then you get up here and just attack the roads.
I'm going to be doing that again. I'm going to be jumping up and down a little bit, so we've got time for some more messages.
Thank you very much. I have a $10 donation from DE Cosmic 185, who says, "All the way to hell." The message was supposed to say, "We're rooting for you all the way to hell." Very much.
Cheers. Appreciate it. I would like that one. Alright, fine.
Big
I'm just trying to
whiffs.
get some extra orbs because I really am less than I'd like to be at this point. I should be fine. Honestly, it should be fine. Oh, sorry if I lost a slight second there.
Again, the best thing about the Devil Sword Sparta is the fact that it changes form depending on what moves you're doing. And that's just always a nice aesthetic to look at. Also, it never explains how Dante gets Balrog in this game.
Yep.
Which annoys me.
Yeah, he just has it at the start.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious because it's Dante.
Yeah, that also works, to be fair.
But what happened to all the other weapons that he had from every other game? Like,
Don't
Didn't they say he sold them off for money to pay the rent or something?
Oh yeah, he did. But then again, why does he have this? Like,
Yes.
It's essentially it's the same as the fist weapon in DMC3 and DMC4.
Yep.
except it's a lot flashier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take those this time, thank you.
This is also like sort of annoying-ish, where if you didn't set your controls right, you can just accidentally swap between kicking and punching, which happened to me a lot.
It's happening to me a lot.
It's just, I said, like really upsetting because it switches your moveset.
Yep. And that doesn't look impressive, but we've literally skipped like most of the level. I was going to pick this up for just in case a gold orb before I continue. But yeah, this that's literally 75% of the mission skipped. Funnily enough, there's certain like little things that like consider your orb multipliers at the end. One of them is to do this mission without using any of the Nidhogg hatchlings, which are the keys. So the devs know about that. So intended.
Yeah. Also, the symbols you sometimes see in walls are like secret missions. We're not gonna do any of them because it takes forever.
Yep. It takes forever, and the reward is like really small.
Yeah, the roar is like a blue orb fragment, which you need 4 of to get more HP.
Yep. Okay, so we're about to get given a brand new toy.
And it's a good toy to get.
Yep. So we basically realize, hey, why don't we ever stab ourselves with the Devil Sword Sparta? And now we have the Devil Sword Dante. And now this is Sin Devil Trigger, an upgraded version of the DT. You can see the gauge beneath or above the normal DT gauge. We're basically going to kick Horizon, but this time, not actually scripted loss.
Yeah, you can refill it with your actual Devil Trigger, which is, I think, what you're supposed to do here, but, you know.
Also, since we now have the Devil Sword Dante, it has changed the mechanics of the Swordmaster form slightly.
Yes.
Instead of just being able to do things like Dance Macabre, Real Impact, so on and so forth, you now also get different sword formations for basically the things that Virgil used to have, the spectral swords, but they're red instead of blue.
Yep. And at this point, all pretense is kind of going because Dante's heavily alluding at who Urizen really is. The game doesn't mention it for a couple of levels still, but at this point, it's pretty obvious who Urizen is.
Yeah.
Who is it? It might be Virgil.
Who's Veden?
That's a good question.
Right.
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Harbinger of Destruction, Dr. Faust. Thanks to all of your amazing, generous donations. You won't be seeing that. Do not pick V. If you pick V, I swear.
Never pick V.
The V is so slow here. Nero could potentially be faster. Dante is decent for this, so I use Dante. V is just slow. V is just very slow. So basically, how Forced works is that you use red orbs as currency. Not what I want to use, but there you go. You got some. You can have some old. You can have some old.
Cavalier action.
That's the one. You know, I'm just gonna sting you. That's. You know what? I'm in DT already.
You're a casual DMC free player. Stinger, stinger, stinger.
That's the fastest way to get around in DMC3, so.
And in DMC4.
So you will see me use Cavalier a little bit here because it basically gives a whole bunch of like hyper armor when you do a normal attack. So when I'm breaking these, like obviously I won't get hit too much. I will stay away from that guy. We'll all fall, but they don't actually like come down here. They like despawn.
Also, Dante randomly has a random exploding rose whenever he air taunts.
Yep.
Which is kind of reminiscent to the DMC4 weapon Lucifer, which doesn't make sense.
It's just a like Easter egg kind of thing, really.
every character has like several taunts in this game, and the best one in my opinion is Dante's triple S rank one when he slicks his hair back and imitates Virgil for a second.
Have you ever done that in the fight against Virgil?
Yes, it's funny.
Yeah, it is. I might try and do that. We'll see how the Royal Guardian goes.
Nero tries to look edgy by putting his hood up, or if you're low on health and you do a taunt, then he'll pull out a bit of chewing gum, and he'll just start nomming on that, and he'll heal himself a bit.
The timing on that, excuse you, sir.
Yeah, I think the reason I particularly dislike Nero in this game is they modeled him a lot after that one game that didn't exist,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it shows.
I think Merge is really confused about this game that doesn't exist.
I mean, I clearly know that it does exist, even though it doesn't exist.
That. To be honest, I think I've forgotten which game it is.
I mean, I actually, I liked it. There were things about it I liked. It wasn't exactly a DMC game, but there were things about it I did like.
I mean,
Not a lot, but there were things.
we can just say that the story reboot was the absolute worst thing about it.
Yep.
Also the soundtrack.
Again, Virgil was the best part of it, as per usual.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to be going into a set of levels called Diverging Point. This is going to take each of the characters and they're going to go through a level separately. We're going to start off with V, and funnily enough, this is V's final level.
Yay!
Which is weird, you'd think, considering, you know, every DMC has 20 levels.
Or
Yep.
21.
Or, yeah.
Around 20.
Yes, this one does have 20. So we're going to be... What's happening is V's body is literally falling apart. He has revealed that Urizen used to be a man who became a demon, and to kind of keep hold of his self, he stabbed himself with his sword, the Yamato, and out of it expunged his spirit, V.
Isn't it
Because-
just his human side?
Yeah.
Because for some reason, Sparta, Dante and Virgil's father gave them a sword as a present and didn't really tell them too much about it except, here, have a sword.
And their purpose was to kind of stab themselves with it,
Kind
which
of.
is weird.
Well, I think Virgil's sword is kind of like two separate souls or something, and Dante's sword is something else.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Done.
can't tell me otherwise. This is literally Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, right now it's just Inuyasha. So.
The Yamato is meant for separating the souls of certain individuals. He used it on himself, obviously. And Dante's is the opposite of that. For
Uniting souls or something.
Yeah, it's like you have to have one side, either side, etc. So,
Go on.
yeah, go on. Well, I was going to say that what we're about to deal with is, you know how DMC and Capcom games love their boss rushes? Thanks, Griffin. Griffin, please hit him. Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah, so
it.
in this level, you don't have all your summons. You need to unlock them, and we're starting off with Griffin because it's kind of hard to hit Artemis with Shadow.
Yep.
And then we're just gonna go through boss fights that we already did with different characters, like this one and the Goliath and something else.
Yes,
Cavalier.
Capcom.
But yeah, basically, as V's body was deteriorating, he got near some fancy voodoo magic, as I call it, and it basically stripped him of all the demonic sigils on his arms and his body and whatnot, and that's basically what linked Griffin, Shadow, and Nightmare to him, essentially. Like, again, it's revealed later on in the story that Griffin, Shadow, Nightmare, they're all part of Virgil's past from when he was enslaved by Mundus back in Devil May Cry 1 as Neo Angelo. And after you killed Neo Angelo, they went back to Virgil for a while until he stabbed himself with Yamato.
Yeah.
And then as his demon was separated from his spirit, the past followed the spirit. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Urizen's goal is pretty much the same as
Okay.
Virgil's goal always is power. I need more power.
Yep.
I want to beat my brother. To beat my brother, I need power.
Yeah.
So nice thing about this fight, if you don't have Nightmare here, you do a super quick execution. That's one of the reasons why we don't get Nightmare for this fight. Technically, you can do this fight faster with Nightmare, but you need Nightmare to do his big giant laser against him, and that just doesn't happen.
Nightmare is kind of RNG, because you can't really control him unless you get the...
Controllability, which is crazy expensive and all worth it.
Yeah. You've seen orbs so far have been very tight.
That and also, I think it takes forever to actually get on Nightmare.
It's a bit janky as well.
So at that point, half your Devil Trigger is run out.
Probably the wrong time to use that, but that's fine.
There,
Nice laser.
Capcom stuck to their guns with like DMC4 style, where you just keep repeating the same boss fights a couple of times.
At least they made it a little bit different by actually making it different characters with actual different gameplay instead of, oh hey, I have a Devil Buster thingy. Oh hey, I just have sword and guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Following contraries.
That and you know, in DMC4 there's this very annoying level where you play a board game, and they put it in twice for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's the worst game design, and you have an entire level of it where at the end of every board you fight a boss that you've previously fought twice.
Who doesn't love a good chessboard minigame that ends in a boss fight?
And like you need to throw dice, and it's very slow.
Yep. Alright, well, we're just going to be like driving around on Shadow for a bit. There's actually the final part of V's level. We're just going to be going for a few barriers. If you've got time for any messages, now'd be a great time.
Why, yes I do, thank you very much. I have $5 from Tomain saying, hello Froob, when's the Mabel?
Okay.
Also we have $10 from Arcanum saying, DMC fun fact time. Dante gets Balrog in a prequel novel, where he goes to the DMC2 island to help Lucia kill Balrog. The Cerberus nunchucks from DMC3 get destroyed in that fight too. They also retcon the reason for Dante's personality shift in DMC2 in the anime to be that he was depressed of having killed Virgil in DMC1. Finding Nero in DMC4 would help pull him out of that depression. Whew.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
pretty
for
much,
listening,
pretty
guys.
much.
That's
I
a
actually
good
didn't know
tidbit.
that. Nice.
I knew that.
So V says his journey is coming to an end, which is a slight little hint that he is like about to die, but also that is his last level. That's the chicken boss. You're about to see the chicken boss. We all loathe the chicken boss.
Love the chicken boss.
Yes.
Just a chicken.
I hate this boss so much. I hate this boss so much. So this is Nero's diverging point. Basically, Nero turns up to save V at the last second. This is obviously before that happens. So I'm going to be grabbing some extra stuff here real quick. I'm going to be grabbing Combo D, because Combo D is like your normal combo. It's under Red Queen though. Combo D is like your normal combo, except the last hit is like a super hard hit. I'm going to be buying 2 Ragtimes.
Ragtime is a devil breaker which can slow down time, or well, stop time for a few seconds, like 10, 15, well, not even as much as that.
Yep.
But it's got a small area of effect if you just tap the button, but if you press and hold it, it affects basically the whole arena that you're in.
Yep. I'm going to be doing a slightly slower route because I like this route and I don't like the other route yet.
It's also because you're using Ragtime.
No, you still buy Ragtimes anyway. Basically, there's a route along the top route there where all the spikes are. I personally have not practiced it enough to give it a go. I hate that route with an absolute metric passion. So I'm just going to go the slightly slower, safer route. So we're going to be taking these Gaberas and we're going to be going across these gaps like this.
Riding high.
So going past some enemies as well. You actually get to hear a little bit of Devil Trigger.
That's a good part of the soundtrack. I like it.
Yes.
We haven't touched upon a thing, like this game has weird things where in combat you'll only hear the full theme, like dynamic range or whatever. Where it gets to the chorus once you've reached like S rank.
Yep. You'll actually hear a lot more Devil Trigger in this level. Another Gerber. Nice. Hello. So because of that, I can spam that or expend that, and then I can carry on with the level. That's why I hate these guys. A lot.
I was about to say, where the heck did Nero go? But he went up.
Yep.
His planet needed him.
Is that a new one, or did you just not take any damage somehow? I should have tried to hit both of them there. Cool. Not great, not too bad. Yeah, I should be using the other route, but honestly, I'm not comfortable with it, so I didn't want to risk it in a marathon setting. I'll grab you just in case. 65k. It should be fine.
The demon king's mine.
So we're going to be going along this way. This is the quicker pathway here. Cool. There's not much more to say at this moment, so if you've got any other messages, now would be a great time.
Well, sure. I'd like to shout out our long-term partner, ViewSonic Elite, who has provided all of the gaming monitors we use throughout the event, both here in the stream rooms as well as the PC and tournament rooms. They have over 30 years of experience working both on everything from CRTs down to single millisecond LSD monitors, and they're using that knowledge to take their products in a new direction. So thank you very much for your continued support of ESA ViewSonic Elite.
That's the super jump I was talking about earlier. Didn't mean to do it, but there it is. Gubra's not great in this part because obviously
It's
big
a big
open
room.
It's a big room with a lot of things where it just can get stuck on, basically.
Big room with a giant pillar in the middle, essentially. Not a lot of space for the bounce to minions.
So you can see with these input. Where are you going? Hello. You can see with these input. I actually don't mind that because I wanted this Gubra. You can see with the impulsors that when they like absorb the blood that's on the ground, they become the red impulsors that like drop more orbs. I'd really like to take care of the Healy ones, thanks. Before they start hitting people.
Yeah.
Such a good song.
Boss of this level is the chicken you just saw. We all love the chicken boss. It's
Chicken.
the greatest boss ever designed.
We having some KFC tonight.
I would rather not have that chicken in my KFC.
Nice
yeah, you're
counter.
right.
That's because we've never tried it before, though.
Knew it, KFC.
It looks very ill.
I usually take care of the one on the left first. I don't know why I came down this one. It's somewhat working
I mean,
out.
if you were to have that chicken, then you'd have a lot of chicken to go.
True.
It's a very large chicken. You all see that it's a large chicken. That wasn't too bad. I'll take that.
El Gigante chicken.
Right now. Let's get airborne.
Yeah, you'll see it in a second. Let's do payline here.
Wee. Wee.
Also, some people might think that, like, do we ever use Tomboy in the run? No, we don't. Tomboy is a breaker. It's strong, but it's unwieldy compared to, like, some of the stuff that we can do with, like, say, what you've seen with, like, Overture and Gerbera.
You can't lock on with Tomboy as well, and a lot of Tomboy's combos involve just zipping around the place and whatnot. Like, it's hard to stay on the ground with it, which means it's also very hard to navigate to the enemy that you're trying to kill, and sometimes you'll just fly off away from it. Starring FroobMcGuffin and the DMC crew. Congratulations, Froob, you've made it to the big leagues.
Wow, I'm playing badly right now.
Teleporting enemies. The joy.
I'm done. Get out of here. Okay, it did. Please. Why?
At this point, Oh, come on.
One hit. Like. Hey, check-in boss time. I hate this boss with a passion. Oh dear, I'm not playing well at the minute. I do apologise.
It's got one of the best designs for a boss, though. It's actually one of the few bosses in this game that kinda aren't copied from another DMC, as far as I can remember.
I mean, this is just kind
Ignore
of...
the three-headed lady on its back, but that's a chicken. So I'm going to move forward a little bit. I'm going to move back so I can grappling hook it, and then we'll go straight to it. I have my overture. That's actually not good.
This boss is basically Quailag as a chicken.
You can kind of see with the overture where it is.
Something ain't right there.
So we're going to use Ragtime. No, because if she goes away, you can't hit her.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And she's not going to get hit by the overture bomb either. Cool.
Unfortunate.
It's going to enrage at some point. I'm likely dying in this fight, by the way. I've messed this up quite badly. So that counts as a hit. V's going to drop down some more devil triggers for us. I'm going to try and stop this before it hits me.
It's very nice of V to just be babysitting your arms.
Yes.
It's a very nice way for him to put it.
Are you doing okay?
It's a very angry chicken at the moment, but now it's dead.
I didn't even use Combo D that I bought for that. Ugh.
Also, all of your devil breakers for Nero are made from parts of demons, essentially, because after every boss fight, either Nero will pick up some part of a demon, or V will pick up a piece. You know, it's just whoever's killed it.
And
then they'll
Nico
give
licks it.
Yeah.
Yep, so we get our fun diverging point, which is obviously Dante. We're going to be doing quite a lot of Dante now. Nero we're not going to be doing until the very final level. So we're going to be grabbing for Sin Devil Trigger, the Luce. You will see why we grab this in a second, because this is very fast. Excuse me. Ooh. Having no end of troubles with my hernia tonight.
Well, that means that there are only 4 levels left, right?
Yes. Yep, this is the last... This is kind of the longest level that we got left. We're using Force at the minute. No, we are not.
Stylish hat.
No, we are not.
Never stylish. Feels bad, man.
I refuse to use Forced. And thankfully we don't have to, thanks to everybody's generosity. Alright, so I'm picking up. You can see that I basically built up my Sin DT, and now... Oops, a daisy. And now you can see that we've basically got full STT, and we're going to be using that. Wait till they're almost spawned.
Ah, look at that.
Bring them out, and then this is the Luce.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. I did not
Let's
turn
slow her
around,
down.
that's a mistake. Oh well. Oh well, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, thank you. Please come back here. Getting trialed by the goats, the Baphomets. That's so
Those
good.
evasion skills.
Better evasion skills than I've got so far. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to build up our Sin DT, and then we're going to use it in the next set of encounters. Building up our DT isn't as important, but it does help a little bit. So
Yeah. Thankfully, this level gives you a lot of white orbs.
yeah.
It's mainly so you can... You've not long had Sin Devil Trigger. It's time for you to let loose with it, essentially. And it wants to teach you the core mechanics of how to build up your Sin Devil Trigger properly and whatnot. And all your fancy moves.
Almost. And a DT so he doesn't hit me. So again, we're going to obviously just pop everything into DT. I don't think I need to get that one. It would be nice if I didn't miss every single one. But oh well. I don't have enough. That's a problem. Because this is the nasty fight that I kind of need to skip. Uh-oh. Hey, please let me get DT off you. Thank you. because we really don't want to fight this guy. This is a Fury. They aptly named because, like, yup.
They're moving very fast and are very hard hitting.
This is why we wanted the Luce, so that we could stop him from flying around and just laser him in the face, essentially.
One easy-ish way to deal with these is get the Titanic with Royal Guard down.
Yep. I probably should have done that, but I need to wait. The trouble with Sin DT is you can't manually turn it off. You need to wait for it to actually turn off. Are you kidding me? Oh, I am playing so badly.
The only way to manually turn off SDT, whatever, is to get the triple S skill thing, which costs a fortune, and it requires you getting a triple S rank in your combo. And basically all it does is it'll allow you to go into Sin Devil Trigger for 5 seconds or so, get a few combos off, and then it'll pop you out of it automatically.
Yeah.
And then you can just keep doing that, rinse and repeat, and that is known as the most efficient way to use it casually, but of course I don't think we'll be doing that at all, mostly because of red orb cost, and it's just not efficient.
Yep.
It's not fast.
So this kind of takes like the NPCs from the previous 2 diverging points, even though that kind of doesn't make geographical sense.
But then again, this tree doesn't make geographical sense either.
Nope.
It's a tree that's going upwards. You'd assume that everything important is up the tree. Nope.
Nope.
All the important stuff is actually at the bottom of the tree, and God knows why.
That's a weird angle to be at. You didn't spawn fast enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Old-fashioned way. Trolled again. There's those swords that I was talking about just floating around Dante at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, you're just gonna get busted.
I can't remember what the swords do in Trickster form, but in Royal Guard it allows you to tank some hits. Sword Master form.
They're like Virgil's. They automatically attack, I believe.
Ah, fair enough.
Because that's been what's messing me up on a certain strategy later on.
Fair enough. Yeah, Sword Masters, they allow you to do Sword Master combos with them. Like, as you press the skill button with them, it'll do more attacks as well. Gunslinger, which turns them into an additional gun, essentially, and just fires at them.
Oh, it's a beautiful doggo.
And here is King Cerberus.
You recognize old Cerberus who played DMC3? This is King Cerberus.
Which is basically Cerberus, but instead of just being encased in ice, he has 3 different elements with him. Which is, it's a unique reuse in my opinion,
Yes.
but it just gets decimated by Velucci. Not even a challenge.
Tough enemy, by the way.
Totally a boss.
In the cutscene, Dante also refers back to the Cerberus in DMC3.
Yes. I have messed up a little bit so far, which is not good. Please do not switch to 2 feet. You hate that. Oh, I'm not on. Oh no. Bleh.
Oh, that's nice. Things are getting a little toasty.
He just can't decide on which element to use. It's a very indecisive doggo.
Not an element that I want to see. Okay, I'm stimming. The only, like, the bits that take the most damage are the heads. That was an awful, awful fight. That's not crap worthy, that one. Thank you, Virgin.
That's exactly when you get it.
Nice.
Take what you get, boy.
100k, so I definitely got the orbs that I needed. And you get Cerberus, you won't see it in this fight. Okay, this next fight, it is literally a one-on-one versus Urizen. I'm going to be concentrating so I can finish this fight as fast as possible. If I drop my inputs, then I'm not going to be able to essentially one-cycle this, so...
This time, we don't lose against him.
So I wanted DT here so that his big area-wide thing here doesn't affect us. Okay, he's going to disappear. hope I had the right actual style one. Stagger. Nope. That's not too bad. That's fine. It's not as fast as I could do. You can kill him before that last teleport, but it's fine.
Decent fight all around though.
Yeah, I'll take it. So, Urizen was trying to create the Fruit of Power or something, and he finally gets it.
And he eats it.
Yeah, and then V stabs him in the chest, and oh hey, what happens when the two come back together? Guess who?
It's your boy.
It's your brother. Hello, Virgil. So Virgil's gonna disappear, and we're gonna find out. Actually, there's a clean round too. We're gonna actually find out that Virgil is Nero's dad. Surprisingly enough.
Daddy.
Yeah. So for mission 18, I'm gonna get this ahead of time. We are going to set up for the donation incentive you all went for, which was a Raw Guard in style. I'm also going to grab Trickster 4 while I'm here, because I can, because I've got some extra spare orbs, because okay, so here's what's supposed to happen. On mission 19, we're supposed to use Forced against Virgil, and it kills him in one hit. That's how overpowered Forced is. It's disgusting.
It summons a giant meteor.
Yeah, it's actually disgusting. So what we're going to be doing instead is Raw Guarding. I have a certain way I'm going to try and take the fight. Looking at time, we're probably going to go a little over, I'm afraid. It's going to be tight. It's going to be real tight.
As long as you style on them.
Oops, that's not the right style. That's the right style. So we're going to start with the double clean around, and we're going to use Gunslinger to knock Griffin down. And when he's down, we're going to build up, obviously, Balrog and Roll Impact.
Boom.
That's the first fight. He looks like he's going to hit us, but he's not.
So the start of this level is it's basically going to be chasing around the familiars that V had for a while. You fight them all three at once, essentially. Sometimes you'll take out other ones quicker than the others. Typically, it ends on the actual final boss fight against Nightmare.
Yep.
Because they'll save him for last for some reason.
So the only way I'm going to be able to come under estimate is if I get the one cycle in this, and you all saw me practicing it earlier, and it was not going well. So, yeah.
Boom.
Sometimes the game just kind of eats your inputs, which is a big problem.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to this. This is the thing that I've been practicing the most coming into this, outside of Mission 3 Outbounds. So I'm very, very worried going into this, because it's very... Basically, Nightmare control you and teleport, and he's been teleporting a lot. So I would like him to behave if possible.
Just Nightmare things.
Yeah. So here, both Shadow and Griffin are going to appear. We only need to beat the one.
Shadow's the easier one to beat because he's on the ground.
He appears first as well. Should be enough.
Give him a few more love taps. There you go.
Cool. Oh, wait, we got Sin DT. Do not activate that yet. That's key to the one cycle. So we're now going to fight Nightmare with the other two as well. So let me see if I can get this. Yeah, he teleported, which that's the thing I was worried about. So if he could not do that again, that'd be great. So now I'm going to do some normal combos.
Big damage from that third hit, which is always nice.
Stagger. Got it. Okay, this might be good. Let's see. So this basically resets their stun point. If this hits him low enough, he's going to go straight into his orb, which it should do because that's 1 HP.
Wow.
Yes, let's go.
I'm not going to
Look,
lie.
stop that. Shadow, stop.
I've never seen that move in Sin Devil Trigger, actually.
It's just square and triangle together.
I've never.
You have it, like, from the start.
I've never known that you can do that. That's actually kind of cool to see.
That was what I was worried about. We might come under estimate now. That's superb. That saves like a minute and a half. And now it's time for mission 19 with everything that you donated for. So let's do this in style. I now have a little bit of breathing space, thankfully.
Style on him, boy.
Here we go. Here we go. So I'll commentate as I go through this, but I am going to concentrate. It's time for the fight against Virgil. Could you do the move? Thank you. So I'm going to build up my Raw Guard. A perfect Raw Guard will get us more bar. That was not a perfect Raw Guard. That was better. You'll basically see me as well move away from it. Could you not? Don't move menacingly towards me, please. There's basically... I'm going to try and not hit him at all other than roll gut. Could you do something, though? Please. Speedrun. That's a perfect one.
Well, you said you got some time, so...
Virgil knows
So-
all about time.
I
This is
kind
good.
of don't want to build it up too much more at this point. I kind of want to hit him so I don't like do too much damage to him. So, okay, fine, I'll come to you. Hi, brother. So I'm gonna do DT.
He's just trolling you.
He knows that you're up to
Good.
something. Ooh,
So
that
I
damage.
don't. The reason I want to do that there is I don't want to hit him to half HP yet because he will go into Devil Trigger form. No. I hate that combo. I can't parry it, so we're just going to move away from it. I'm sad that I've taken a hit, but we're not doing too bad so far. Could you not?
The power timing on some of Virgil's attacks can be really deceiving, like that one.
Yeah.
A lot of them are... Well, all of his attacks are easily telegraphed, but again,
They're very delayed.
yeah.
And now I'm gonna
I'm trying to get the special taunt out if I can. Like, I need this.
Boom.
You are set free. And you are set free.
That actually hit him. He's supposed to parry it. Nice. I need one more bar on my RG.
Now I'm gonna
Oh, these parries, man.
Not good, actually.
you are set
Oh,
very
Now time for
nice.
some fun. This is where we have to start and parrying everything. So, DT. Again, I hate this. Please stop using that.
So yeah, despite Virgil being asleep essentially for thousands of years. Whoa!
That's
that
what
was-
we're after. I didn't actually get that much on my bath. That's not good.
Sorry, that was actually really nice to see countered. Anyways, despite Virgil being gone for so long outside of his natural body,
I wanted as well. I had to DT to save myself. Okay, yes, this is the move I wanted to do it on. So he's now going to fly like an aircraft. So Virgil now, you know, he always wanted to just fly, and now here we go. And
I always wanted to be a pilot, Ma.
later, Virgil. I missed. Hold, please. I missed again. Hold, please.
Come on.
Oh no, it actually used it up. Okay, we're just gonna have to build it up otherwise. Hello. I'm just gonna actually move away out of this for a second. I wanted to kill him on that move. I'm actually really sad. Come on. Come on. Come on, do your thing.
Anyways, yeah, Virgil actually has Sin Devil Trigger as well for some reason. Plot armor.
Oh, we're gonna say it's because of the fruit. Bye. Oh, you're not dead. Okay, I'm just kidding. You didn't see that. Yeah, I should have killed him on the attack where he drove by. Kind of annoyed that he didn't. We have one final level, one final fight against Virgil. It's gonna end. Yeah, it's gonna end with the son against the father.
Could you let this? Never mind. It's all one giant cutscene, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn it. Never mind that. I was gonna ask if you could let the cutscene play out to the point when Nero just bitch slaps Dante across the floor. Because that's always pleasant to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we finally get Nero's Devil Trigger.
Right at the last point in the game.
Well, better late than never.
Also, in this fight, that happens. The first activation of Nero's Devil Trigger, he just says, fuck you. And he has...
Oh no. Please die. Oh no. I've messed up now.
Now you got this. Maybe.
There you go. Okay, let's go for the coin. Ah, she attempts to restart because this is not good. I'm actually going to restart. I got time. I got 3 minutes. We're fine.
In this fight, Nero has infinite Devil Trigger. It doesn't stay there like permanently. The bar does run out, but it just comes back really quickly.
Oh, I did not mean to. It's fine.
You also get a really good Buster move from this during this fight.
Why am I messing this up? This is the one thing that I needed to not mess up, and here we are. Hi. Okay.
Then the sudden music change immediately.
Yeah.
It's so good. No, Virgil. Get here. Oh, come on.
Whoa.
I am finishing you with a buster. Or not, because you're guarding. Okay, fine. Time. That was not smooth. I managed to come to its underestimate. I'm actually satisfied with that. That was not great. That's 11 minutes over PB, even with raw guard stuff. Yeah, I'm not too happy with how I played, but I am happy that I'm underestimate. Yeah, we don't have that many runners for DMC. I want to shout out to the DMC 5 community in particular. Cosmic, Tech, Time, Lona, Jay, they've all been amazing. Kaio as well, they've all been amazing. I'm sure I've forgotten someone. If I have, I apologize. Mech's given me a whole bunch of stuff. Mech, who ran DMC4 earlier in the week, he's helped me out. He helped me out with the raw guard strats, which I messed up, so sorry, Mech. And yeah, it's... I think we're a little behind schedule, so I'm going to head out of here. We're just going to let Dante get hit a few times. So thank you all very much to my wonderful couch and the audience for staying up until 6:30 AM for me. Thank you, Moji, for coming on at the last minute. Thank you for coming on at the last minute. Thank you for coming, even though you're not doing
Always
very
a
well.
pleasure.
Cool. And
Always.
yeah, keep watching the marathon. We got a couple of awesome days left of some really awesome runs.
Dante really should be dead.
At
Just
this
saying.
point, yeah.
Just saying.
All I can say is, woo!
Woo!